President Trump touts great economy.
I'm sorry.
Not so
Capital
fast, my
Trading
friend.
Group, the introducing broker for
What's up,
serious
everybody? Welcome
futures
aboard
traders.
to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, January the 25th. And of course, we had just coming out of Davos, and the whole week we heard about how great the economy was. And Trump is touting the greatest economy in the world. And, you know, if this is the greatest economy in the world, it may very well be. It doesn't say a lot for the rest of the world either. The economy sucks. This is a K-shaped economy that only the upper are benefiting. The middle and lower are getting destroyed. High cost, high inflation, no homes, high rent. There's nothing good about it. Okay, so we can have the touting now. Of course, we know this is because of the midterm elections, and of course, I'm a Trump fan. But at the end of the day, we do not have a great economy. Yes, the stock market is soaring, along with the metals, which we'll talk about in our market report. But at the end of the day, this is not so good. Okay, the economy is not good. Okay, the living that Americans are having is not good. The destruction of jobs is not good. So he can tout all he wants. He did do a good job with his art of the deal in Davos, though, avoiding the problems, and now no tariffs in Europe, and now it looks like we're going to end up getting Greenland, which I do agree. I think we do need Greenland. I think it is good. So we'll see how that all plays out. But in the meantime, real spending has exceeded real income for 7 straight months. Well, what does that mean? That means that you're spending more than you're making, which means it's only a matter of time before you go broke. And you're getting a lot of help from the lending institutions, the credit card companies and the automotive companies, because of the way that they are sucking you in to buy something, letting you to defer the payment, which is a payment that you'll never be able to make. And remember, there is no bankruptcy on credit cards. So that's why they will allow you to go out to 2027 and not make a payment and say no interest until. But remember, when that interest comes due, it reverts back to day one. So again, remember, there ain't nothing for nothing. And the scam artists are the scam artists. Okay. The U.S. officially exited the World Health Organization. Thank God. I wish we'd get out of the rest of the world organizations because they're all bullshit. You have to realize that politicians, politics, and those organizations are not on your side. They are not there to help you. They are there to destroy. Okay, they are there to take your money and destroy a life. And again, remember, governments, these organizations don't make money, they make debt. They allow you to pick up the tab for the bullshit. And the WHO and all the other world organizations are nothing more than a scam. And of course, unfortunately, we, the United States, end up funding most of it anyways. So I'm glad we've pulled out. I'm glad it's over. The expansion is cool. The U.S. manufacturing service PMI both signal 1.5% GDP growth. Well, again, we talked about this a lot here. We're not in good shape. Again, remember, the stock market and the economy do not necessarily have to go in the same direction. Okay, so at the end of the day, the average consumer is not in good shape. We are seeing destruction, layoffs, and more layoffs coming, jobs that will never be replaced, signaling the very real potential of universal basic income, which you may think in principle is good, but in actuality is going to kill you. Okay? Because again, it's like everything else that we've seen happen over the last 50 years. It's more of a push to socialism and destruction of your rights, your freedom, and your ability. So you take that for what it's worth. Consumer sentiment remains depressed in January, higher costs, weakening labor market. We just said that. Hey, look, again, government numbers are bullshit. Government doesn't give you accurate data, but I urge you all to go check your own spending, check your own savings, check your own money, and you telling me how you're doing. Okay, if you're doing great, I'm happy for you. Okay, but I don't think the masses are doing great. I think the masses are struggling. Okay, uh, interesting out here in Vegas. Derek Stevens trying to get back Canadian business from Circa is letting them use the Canadian dollar on par. So basically, they're getting about a 38% discount if they come to the Circa in Las Vegas, and they get to use a dollar for dollar. So, one Canadian dollar equals about 62 cents. So they're getting about a dollar 38 for their dollar. Pretty good discount, pretty good promotion. I think I give him a lot of credit. I love Derek. He's a great guy. So the Fed expected to leave rates unchanged next week. Look, the rate cuts are so stupid and so ridiculous. I mean, think about this. Okay. When they started the rate cutting cycle, the 10-year notes were at 3.99. Okay. Today, the 10-year notes are at 4.3. So with the rate cuts, the interest rates have gone up, mortgages have gone up. It is all bullshit. Okay. Even if the mortgage rates have come down a little bit, they're not down anywhere near. The Fed is not designed to help you. It's designed to help the banks that represents it, that own it, and don't ever think anything different about it. They're scammers. They're scamming you, and it's all bullshit. Okay. Uh, the the big story of the week, I think, though, is Obama's fingerprints are all over the Trump and Clinton investigations. The Russian hoax and all the other stuff that Clinton was involved with. We know Obama tried to go after Trump, or he didn't do it, but he had Comey go after Trump and helped Hillary Clinton bury the main lead and bury their criminal activity. So here you go, a president, okay, that did so many bad things, yet still reveled in how good he was. But if you look back at the facts from the immigration stuff I mean, he deported more people than President Trump. The laws on the books for immigration and deportation are from President Obama. So at the end of the day, okay, he's trying to help Clinton get away with it. Okay. And of course, we know what the Clintons are like. Okay. We know what they've done. I mean, how else do you become worth billions of dollars when you're basically poor dirt from Arkansas and Park Ridge, and you have them continuing going after Trump? Obviously, there is somebody behind the scenes pulling the strings, and I think we know who it is. So that's what you're seeing. This is what we have. This was a short week, so we will step out here for a break. This is Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, January the 25th, and we'll be back right after our break with our market report, Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, what's up? I hope you had a great week. It was a short week. It's going to be a cold week. Record temperatures. I hope that you stay warm and stay dry, but in the meantime, we do have sponsors, and they are brokerage partners. Trader Brokerage, $10 a month flat, saves me over $100,000 a year. I think you should check them out. And of course, their information is scrolling along the screen. Great for options and commodities and futures and stocks, but I certainly think you should check them out. Again, it's $10 a month flat. I don't know how you can beat that. And of course, Capital Trading Group, who is our futures and commodity broker for farming and for everything else, and we obviously always looking to help. We do a lot of partnerships with them as well. And of course, back with Trader, our software works there. So again, we want you to find the best that fits you. And of course, that's Capital Trading Group and Trade Your Brokerage. And of course, our partnership with the Joy of Mom. Please check out the app and download it and see what you think. Again, it's a great site and a great area for moms to help moms. And then, of course, our high school program trying to help educate our children and move forward. Check it out. And we will be back. And let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horwitz, and our market report. Welcome back. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, January the 25th, and football Sunday. We've got a couple of picks for you later. But of course, the markets had a little bit of a down week, but we were a short week, 4-day week. Some things were majorly affected. natural gas with the extreme cold. We went from a very mild winter to now a very nasty winter. So the natural gas providers got stuck without enough supply once again. Natural gas went flying higher. Hey, it is what it is. The metals went flying all week. They continue, and they're telling you that there's too much debt, there's too much government, and there's too much inflation. Okay, it's the chase. The chase is on. And of course, markets were again a little bit lower for the week. But the bottom line is, and we said this all week during Bubba's Daily Update, we are consolidating. The markets are in a phase of consolidation. They're not going anywhere right now, and the most likely break way they're going to break out is probably once again to the upside. The Russell did make a new high, uh, and the others are just sitting in sideways. But until there's a reason to believe they're going lower, if you just look at the chart, just look at the action, they'll probably break to the upside. And again, listen, I think the markets have a big haircut coming. It's not, there's no secret. I haven't made a secret of it. But right now, last week the S&P was down about 30 points. The Dow was down a little bit. The Russell made new highs and then came back down a little bit. And then as it was down, but nothing, there was no damage done to the market. There was nothing really to think about, to worry about. You have some natural buying and selling, and markets get a little extended. They come back. So again, we are short the Russell, and that was just based on an overbought stay. And that's something that we would look at because again, it's just so far extended. It's not that we're negative. It looks like we're trying to capitalize here. Um, the dollar did break below our 98 level, and we would be buyers of the dollar here. The euro currency, we would be sellers, and the notes are still below our 112 target to sell. The bonds are below our 116 target to sell. And remember, interest rates are rising. So you can listen to that bullshit about interest rates all you want. Bitcoin is still stuck between 88 and 96,000. Gold pushed up towards 5,000. I would think you'd want to be a seller at 5,000. Not, again, these are not lifetime achievement sells. This is a short, big hole number opportunity to capitalize off of a short scalp. We tried that on silver at a buck on Friday, and it went through it. It's $1.1 silver, but silver is so parabolic. There is no doubt there will be a pullback. But again, always the question is where would the pullback come from? Again, we're not looking to fight the market. We're playing the pattern and the markets are leaving. Platinum broke out again and is exploding once again. Copper still under that $6 level. We would be a seller at $6. The grain markets had a nice up day on Friday. We did recommend to buy them all, and they're all going higher. The meats are still vacillating back and forth. Again, we have no position, no reason to be involved right now. Natural gas exploded again. Obviously, the cold snap, the cold weather. We were buyers, if you remember, at 320. Natural gas went up to 580. Okay. I think natural gas is probably a sale now. They'll get it under control. I'd probably look at like for 550 to sell it. Crude oil, we're looking at 62 to be a seller. And I think that again, look at the markets, look at the action. And the one thing that the crude oil is telling you is that the economy sucks. So, and we will talk more about that in our commentary. In the meantime, just be careful, and we'll be back with more right after the break of Bubba's Bottom Line. What's up, kids? Remember our sponsors, Trader Brokerage, Capital Trading Group, The Joy of Mom, and our high school program. And let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horowitz, and my commentary. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, January 25th. And of course, I opened up with how great the economy is according to the president. And I think that the economy is in big trouble. I think you can see that by the cost of crude oil. I think you can see that by the number of jobs being lost. I think you can see that by the wages being higher. Wages are lower than what we're spending. I think that it's about time that we quit letting the numbers tell us how good or bad the economy is. I think the best way to understand the economy is just look around you. And I think that we've been always led down a path that is not very accurate based on numbers. The inflation numbers are nowhere near correct. Uh, the actual jobs are nowhere near correct. We can see there's a lot more layoffs coming, and I think that listen, it has to be come down to, and this is where you need to do your part because this is how we figure it out. And if you're doing well, great. But I would suggest that most are struggling, and I don't think that we should be touting that we have the greatest economy ever because it's not very good. And I don't understand why, we continue to, many continue to watch the news and watch everything else. When if you just look around you, you can see how many people are actually struggling, how many businesses have actually closed. And I think that that's a bigger problem. I think this is the destruction of free markets, the destruction of freedom. And I think we need to do something about it. And it's something to think about as we go forward. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, January 25th. I wish it was June. In the meantime, there's two games today. We do like the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos, even with Jared Stidham. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow with Bubba's Bottom Line, Bubba's Daily Update. And that is it for Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, January the 25th. Adios.